Yes, people, welcome back to the 1894 for a brand new Erling Haaland video. It is all popping off right now. We've been covering this guy for so long, and the climax is near, and it seems to be the climax that we want as well. It's all looking very positive, Manchester City fans, in our pursuit of the Norwegian beast that is Erling Haaland. A lot of tweets, a lot of reports, a lot of news has come out over the weekend, over the last few days, and of course, this morning, some big news as well. Sport Biled or Biled Sports via Sport Witness, they're all talking. You've got Dortmund sources talking, you've got Marca talking. These are big sources, and there's many more, but we'd be here absolutely all day if I was to read out every single tweet. But we're going to cover the gist of it, give you our thoughts, and summarize it for you, because it's very exciting and it's all looking very good. So the first tweet I want to read out here, Joe, is from Bile Sport via Sport Witness. They are saying Erling Haaland does not want to wait any longer for his big move, and with Real Madrid pushing for Kylian Mbappe, he would prefer to go to Man City and be the main man. Haaland is being discussed intensively inside the Man City dressing room. That is very good news. The news seems to be now that Haaland is not willing to sit around any longer. His decision is either made or very, very close to being made. And the word has got inside the City dressing room as well, by the sounds of it. Of course, also with Wild Sports, they're saying Man City are ready to pay Erling Haaland €75 million, so about £64 million. Release clause. The switch is imminent. People, the word imminent has been used. When you see the word imminent being used, you know this is serious business. Imminent, for those of you who don't know, means it is going to happen. It's just a matter of time. What do both of these reports mean to you, Joe? He's not willing to wait any longer, and it's imminent.
I think that he just wants it done as soon as possible because, again, like, his heart seems set on Spain eventually, but he wants to know whether he's going there now or whether he just has to, sit there and deal with somewhere else. Now, obviously, imminent is a great sign because I think I don't want any distractions for the rest of the season. I know we just covered the title race literally in the last video. I don't want any distractions of Haaland. I want it done as soon as possible and out of the way with, so he can fully focus on the rest of the season. And I'm sure he's the same with Dortmund. I know they don't have a lot to play for currently, considering they're out of Europe, and I mean they're not going to win the league, but I'm pretty sure he just kind of wants to get this season over with and he just wants to focus on his football. So I can understand both sides really just wanting to get it out the way with. And look, it's all positive for us because we seem to have pretty much got him. Like, Romano opened his mouth on it for the first time today. He didn't really say anything breathtaking, but it's moving along to the point where every notable journalist on both sides has said something in the way of City lead the race or, Madrid a second, something along those lines. So it's just coming to an end, and I think in the next month, I think it could be done.
I think we're going to see it in the next 2 weeks. I've seen some reports saying it will be pretty well confirmed in the next 2 weeks. Fabrizio Romano, like you said, he's a bit hesitant to speak on it. Maybe he doesn't know as much fact as other journalists, but he believes anyway. He has said in the next weeks is the term he uses regularly. But we've got some more tweets and more reports. Once again, from the same report, same article from Bile Sport via Sport Witness. They have a quote here from the Borussia Dortmund advisor, Matthias Sammer, on the Erling Haaland situation. He says, "I know Man City's behind him. The numbers, I had whiplash. I fainted. My wife lifted me up. Accordingly, it is possible." So it sounds like City have come in with a monstrous offer to Erling Haaland, and I've seen reports suggesting 500 grand a week, which is about 25 to 30 million euros a year. And that would make Erling Haaland the highest paid player in the Premier League. And there's always been question marks over making players the highest paid player in the Premier League because it puts a huge amount of pressure on their shoulders. You brought Ronaldo in. I think, is he possibly the highest paid player in the league right now? He's definitely well up there. And there's a couple of other players who don't deserve that kind of money, simply don't, who are on it right now. But if there's one player that I would be willing to put that money on and put that pressure on their shoulders and be almost certain or fairly confident in instant results and an instant impact, that is Erling Haaland. His numbers are simply astronomical. If you're not familiar with his numbers and his stats, go look at them and your jaw will hit the floor. The guy is just a machine, and I think City making him the highest paid player in the league is worthy, because he's going to have that effect on our team and possibly more with the way we play football. The final part here is Erling Haaland's release clause has to be activated before the 30th of April. I think it'll happen before then. I think 30th of April I think it'll be wrapped up way before then, by the way it's looking. When you hear, like I said, when you hear that word imminent, you know something is happening very soon. Journalists don't use imminent unless they believe something is about to happen very soon. We got another piece here from Marca via the Madrid Zone. They say Real Madrid will not match any of Man City's huge financial offer to Erling Haaland. That shows to me Madrid, they've held up the white flag. They have finished. They don't want to compete with City for Erling Haaland anymore. We have a clean road to get this guy's signature on the contract. Madrid obviously have put all their eggs in the Mbappe basket. Best of luck with them to that. They wanted this guy for over a year. It looks like they have Mbappe secured. They obviously now feel they cannot fund Haaland. The report says Haaland would have to take a wage cut in order to go to Real Madrid. Does he want to do that? Probably not. First of all, City have the monstrous offer on the table of around 500 grand a week. Yes, he'd be the Premier League's and our players' highest earner, but we also have the project. We have a young system, a young academy coming through, thriving with serious players. We already have a serious first team with creative players that will be a massive outlet for Erling Haaland. And then, of course, he's going to be the main man in hopefully a Premier League and maybe Champions League winning team. This is also very exciting, and it's a massive thing to now know that Real Madrid are not willing to match anything City are offering, essentially, Joe.
I was absolutely terrified of, while we were in first place and it was all, great news, I was terrified of Madrid or Barca just throwing the kitchen sink at it in a last-ditch attempt, just throwing everything they've got at it to try and get him, because, let's be honest, they have the power to do that. Regardless of whether it's technically illegal because they have salary cap in La Liga, it doesn't matter. Like, they would bend over backwards to have Haaland in that league. They just would. It's plain, it's true, they would. They'd have anything. And, look, it looks like that's not happened with the whole Madrid not paying as much as we're paying, which I thought would have been the other way around, to be honest, because we're not one to normally spend like a lot on wages and break the wage structure. But again, it's encouraging to see that we're actually, doing things that we wouldn't normally associate with City, like paying £100 million for a player in the summer, paying a guy 500k a week just to get them in because they are that good. Like, we've never done this before. This is uncharted territory. We've never stepped this far. And again, look, will it be worth it? Of course it'll be worth it. Even if it's 5 or 6 years, of course it's worth it. Even if it's just to stop anyone else from getting him, like, you've got to do it. It's either now or possibly never, realistically. So, I'm happy it's close, and I'm surprised it's the 30th of April. I didn't think the release clause would kick in till July, like season end, but look, if it's that early and, that's the deadline, then we really are going to know in the next month or so, at the latest, of, the decision. And I think City said they were expecting a decision in the next few weeks. We've got an international break coming up. A genuine chance it happens during then, because City don't have any football. So I'd keep an eye out for that one.
Yeah, that's a good point. And of course, I agree with you. I think it actually is now or never. I think the older he gets, the more he'll start to maybe want to go on and play for Real Madrid, which is obviously something we expect of Haaland. We've known he's got an interest in Real Madrid and playing there in the future. So it is, in my opinion, now or never. But look, all the reports this morning and the last week or so, they're all big dog journalists now coming out with the expectation that Haaland is going to come to Manchester City. It's all positive. Madrid pulling out of the race by the looks of it, or else they're keeping their hand in the race, but they're not willing to offer what we are. It's all very positive, and I firmly believe, I've got my own sources who I'm not willing to disclose because I don't want to ruin the privacy of them and disrespect them for giving me this information, but they have told me this is happening. There's so many sources, public and private, with it close to the player, close to the club, journalists writing about it. It's happening, people. I think it's happening whether you like it or not. Haaland is going to be a Manchester City player. Would you please do us a favour? If you enjoyed the video, leave a like on it. Leave all your thoughts down below on this Haaland news, on what this means for the Haaland deal, and what this means for the rest of world football. Leave all your thoughts down below. Comment away. Hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you very soon. Have a good day.